As you can see, it's 7:38, so in the morning, as you can see, and yes, ignore that light right there, as you can see. So yeah, as you can see, we are actually on day 2 right now, because it's AM, because it's in the morning, as you can see. Here, I'll show you again. So yeah, it's 7:39 AM, and if you're wondering, because that railroad crossing does look familiar, just got to get to it first. This crossing looks familiar right here. It's Fontaine Boulevard Railroad Crossing in Security Field, Colorado. But again, we are not going back to Colorado. We are just going to continue on our way to Florida. So yep. We'll be hitting the road pretty soon. So because my parents just had to go get breakfast. So obviously, because we're be all taking it. And as you can see, it is a little overcast right now, so you can see. But anyways, we're going to be hitting the road in a little bit. Yes, we can allow animals here. So yeah, we are bringing animals with us because they're coming with us as well to the Florida trip. So again, just like I said, we'll be leaving in a little bit, because we're gonna actually have to get out of here, because there is some strong thunderstorms will be developing this afternoon here. So we're gonna have to like get out of the storm's path if we don't want to get stuck. And yet, if you want, oops, this is what the monitor looks like. You can set it on low cool. Watch this, because it is hot. Or you just turn it off. That's really cool. Alright, that's it for this update.
Annabeth were with me, but I felt guilty that I hadn't been straight with them. I hadn't told them the real reason I'd said yes to this crazy quest. The truth was, I didn't care about retrieving Zeus's lightning bolt, or saving the world, or even helping my father out of trouble. The more I thought about it, I resented Poseidon for never visiting me, never helping my mom, never even sending a lousy child support check. He'd only claim me because he needed a job done. All I cared about was my mom. Hades had taken her unfairly, and Hades was going to give her back. You will be betrayed by someone who calls you a friend, the prophecy whispered in my mind. Long ago, when I was young, I had a boyfriend, you know? And this bad woman was determined to break us apart. She caused a terrible accident. My sisters stayed by me. They shared my bad fortune as long as they could. But eventually, they passed on. They faded away. I alone have survived, but at a price, such a price. I wasn't sure what she meant, but I felt bad for her. My eyelids kept getting heavier. Old plastic grocery bags behind the snack counter and double-wrapped Medusa's head. We plopped it on the table where we'd eaten dinner and sat around it, too exhausted to speak. Finally, I said, "So," he kick-started his motorcycle. "She's not dead." The ground seemed to spin beneath me. "What do you mean?" "I mean she was taken away from the Minotaur before she could die. She was turned into a shower of gold, right? That's metamorphosis, not death. She's being kept." "Kept? Why?" "You need to study war, punk. Hostages. You take somebody to control somebody else." "Nobody's controlling me." He laughed. "Ha ha ha. Oh yeah? See you around, kid." I balled up my fists. "You're pretty smug, Lord Ares, for a guy who runs from Cupid statues." Behind his sunglasses, fire glowed. I felt a hot wind in my hair. We'll meet again, Percy Jackson. Next time you're in a fight, watch your back. He revved his Harley and roared off down Delancey Street. Annabeth said, "That was not smart, Percy." "I don't care. You don't want a god as your enemy, especially not that god." "Hey guys," Grover said, "I hate to interrupt, but..." He pointed toward the diner. At the register, the last two customers were paying their check. Two men in identical black coveralls, with a white logo on their backs that matched the one on the Kindness International truck. "If we're taking the Zoo Express," Grover said, "we need to hurry." I didn't like it, but we had no better option. Besides, I'd seen enough of Denver. We ran across the street and climbed to the back of the big rig, closing the doors behind us. The first thing that hit me was the smell. It was like the... Ever since, if there's a spider within a mile of me, it'll find me. I hate the creepy little things. Anyway, I owe you. "We're a team, remember?" I said. "Besides, Grover did the fancy flying." I thought he was asleep, but he mumbled from the corner. I was pretty amazing, wasn't I? Annabeth and I laughed. She pulled apart an Oreo, handed me half. "In the Irish message, did Luke really say nothing?" I munched my cookie and thought about how to answer. The conversation via Rainbow had bothered me all evening. "Luke said you and he go way back. He also said Grover wouldn't fail this time. Nobody would turn into a pine tree." In the dim bronze light of the sword blade, it was hard to read their expressions. Grover let out a mournful bray. "I should have told you the truth from the beginning," his voice trembled. "I thought if you knew what a failure I was, you wouldn't want me along. You were the satyr who tried to rescue Thalia, the daughter of Zeus." He nodded glumly. "And the two other half-bloods Thalia befriended, the ones who got safely to camp..." I looked at Annabeth. "That was you and Luke, wasn't it?" She put down her Oreo uneaten. "Like you said, Percy, a 7-year-old half-blood wouldn't have made it very far alone. Athena guided me toward help. Thalia was 12, Luke was 14. They both run away from home, like me. They were happy to take me with them. They were amazing monster fighters, even without training. We traveled north from Virginia without any real plans, fending off monsters for about 2 weeks before Grover found us." "I was supposed to escort Thalia to camp," he said, sniffling. "Only Thalia. I had strict orders from Chiron. Don't do anything that would slow down the rescue. We knew Hades was after her, see, but I couldn't just leave Luke and Annabeth by themselves." "But..."
Kansas
Annabeth
River.
spoke. I could tell her mind was going a million miles an hour. "Lord Hades, your Helm of Darkness is missing too?"
Do not play innocent with me, girl. You and the satyr have been helping this hero. Coming here to threaten me in Poseidon's name, no doubt. To bring me an ultimatum. Does Poseidon think I can be blackmailed into supporting him?
"No," I said. "Poseidon didn't. I didn't."
I have said nothing of the helms to
We're
secure
almost to the
Hades
end of
snarled.
Kansas state line.
because I
The crowd of spectators had fled. Annabeth and Grover stood on the beach in shock.
There's some couple
watching
railroad
the
tracks
water
this year.
flood back around Ares' feet, his glowing golden ichor dissipating in the tide. Ares lowered his sword. "You have made an enemy, godling.
Yeah. Another one.
You have sealed your fate. Every time you raise
We
your
got one
blade
more.
in battle, every time you hope for success, you will feel my curse. Beware, Perseus Jackson. Beware." His body began to glow.
It's pretty interesting.
She
Yeah, that's right. We're in Kansas City, Kansas right now. We're not in Missouri yet, but we're almost there to the state line.
With her 5 years worth of camp beads.
So yeah, we got a couple more miles left until we are in Missouri.
She said. Athena and
So yeah,
Poseidon
we're getting
together.
closer to downtown now.
My face felt a
And
little
after we
warm.
pass downtown, we're gonna
I managed
stop
to
for
smile.
food.
Thanks. And take
We've been
this,
in this state
Grover
for
said.
approximately
Heading in a
23
tin can
hours
that he probably
straight.
been saving in his pocket for 1,000 miles.
Not really though. It's been like
Stand behind me.
17 hours.
Grover, I don't know what to say. He patted me on the shoulder. I stuffed the tin can in my back pocket.
And if you look right there,
You all done
that's the
saying
main
goodbye?
yard.
Aries came
That's
toward
Union
me,
Pacific's
his black leather
yard
duster trailing behind him,
in Kansas
his
City,
sword glinting
Kansas.
like fire.
Use the left 3 lanes to take exit 421 B onto I-670 East.
The sunrise.
So, yep,
I've been fighting for eternity, kid.
there's the
My
yard.
strength is unlimited, and I cannot die. What have you got? A smaller eagle, I thought.
Which is
I said,
owned by Union
Continue.
Pacific's Lyman subdivision.
In the surf.
Continue.
Into the water.
In 4 miles, continue onto I-70 East.
To my
Now
ankles.
we're going over
I
the
thought back to what Annabeth
Now we're
had
going
said at
over
the Denver diner so
Dillingham
long ago.
Freeway.
Aries has strength. That's all it has. Even strength has to bow to wisdom sometimes. He cleaved downward at my head, and I wasn't there. My body thought for me. The water seemed to push me into the air, and I
So, yeah,
catapulted
there's
over
downtown
them,
Kansas
splashing
City.
as I came down. But
And we're about
Aries
to
was
cross the
just
state
as
line
quick,
any
twisted,
second.
and the strike that should
About a
have gone
mile.
directly in the spine was deflected off the end of his sword hilt.
So yeah, we got 1 mile left until we are in Kansas. Whoa.
Not bad. He
Of course, when you get
again,
closer to
and I was
downtown,
forced
this is
to
the
jump
deal
onto
when you
dry
have to do
land.
sharp
I tried
curves.
to sidestep to get back to the water, but Aries seemed to know what I wanted. He outmaneuvered me, pressing so hard I had to put all my concentration
So yeah,
on
now we're
not
going
getting
over
sliced
the
into
Kansas
pieces.
River.
I kept backing away from the surf. I couldn't find any openings to attack. His sword had a reach several feet longer than an atlas
There's a train going by right now.
He told me once, back in our sword class, when you've got the shorter blade, get in close.
And over there is the actual
I
junction
stepped
itself.
inside with a thrust, but Aries was waiting.
And now we are in Missouri.
Knocked my blade out of my hands and
Just
kicked
crossed
me
over.
in the chest. I went airborne, 20, maybe 30 feet.
To the Missouri state line.
Back if I hadn't
Here we
crashed
are.
into the soft sand of a dune. Percy!
Again, that's the Kansas City Junction over there with the virtual rail fan camera over there.
My chest felt like it had just been hit with a battering ram. But
So
I
yep,
managed
here
to
we
get to
are
my
in
feet.
Kansas, and we're about
Looked
to
away
pass
from Aries,
downtown
for fear he'd slice me in
as
half.
well.
But out of the corner of my eye,
Big bump.
Please slow down.
Andrew, I'm going 60.
As am I, and you're pulling away from me. The speed limit now is 45. I had to
Missouri.
do 100 to catch up with you just a minute ago.
Well, we're approaching the city limit, that's why.
Thank you.
So yeah, speed limit is 45 here. Here we're going into the tunnel, basically.
saw red lights flashing on the shoreline boulevard. Car doors were slamming.
There, officer!
Somebody yelled.
See?
A gruff cop voice. Looks like that kid
We're
on
in
TV.
Missouri.
What the heck? That guy's
That's a
on.
streetcar over
Another
there.
cop said. Call for backup. I rolled to one side
So again,
as
once we...
Aries' blades
Ooh,
slashed the
people are
sand.
cutting.
Stay in the left 2 lanes.
So
I
yeah,
raised my
once
sword,
we
scooped it up, and
get away
launched
from
a strike
downtown,
at
then
Aries'
we'll stop
face,
to get something
only
to eat.
find my blade deflected
Here's the
again.
convention center.
Aries seemed to know exactly what I
Alright,
was
that's
going
it for
to
this
do
update.
the moment before I did it. Annabeth had said so long ago on our quest, the real world is where the monsters are. That's where you learn whether you're any good or not. I thought about the fate of Thalia, daughter of Zeus. I wondered how many monsters would attack
A little
me
bit later,
if
we
I
should
left
be
Half-Blood
crossing
Hill.
the
If I stayed
Missouri
in one
River.
place for a whole school year without Kyron or my friends around to help me, would my mother and I even survive until the next
a little bit
summer?
later, so...
That was assuming the spelling tests and 5-paragraph essays didn't kill me. Has to be his idea. He'd get Luke to do it, that traitor. Perhaps, Kyron said. but I fear I'm being held responsible because I did not prevent it, and I cannot cure it. The tree has only a few weeks of life left, unless... Unless what? Annabeth asked. No, Kyron said. A foolish thought. The whole valley is feeling the shock of the poison. The magical borders are deteriorating. The camp itself is dying. Only one source of magic would be strong enough to reverse the poison, and it was lost centuries ago. What is it? I asked. We'll go find it. Kyron closed his saddlebag. He pressed the stop button on his boombox. Then he turned and rested his hand on my shoulder, looking me straight in the eyes. Percy.
KCS.
Refrigerator-sized boulder.
Yep, there it is. That's the Metrolink light rail.
A much larger cavern beyond it. Percy, Grover said, please, I don't have the strength to project any better. You have to hear me.
There's the station.
I hear you, I said. Grover, what's going on?
So yeah.
From behind the boulder, a monstrous voice yelled, Honey pie!
We're gonna lose sight for a minute, and then we're gonna merge it back.
Grover flinched. He called out in falsetto. Not quite, dearest. A few more days.
Bah, hasn't it been 2 weeks yet?
No, dearest. Just 5 days. At least 12 more to go.
Again. Oh, excuse
The
me.
monster was silent, maybe trying to do the math. He must have been worse at arithmetic than I was.
So we're gonna
because he
follow it
said,
for a little bit until it's gonna
Alright,
go on the other
but
side.
hurry. I want to see under that veil.
So yeah, it's gonna go underground. Well, not yet though. It's gonna go on
"You have
the
to
other
help
side.
me. No time. I'm stuck in this cave on an island in the sea. Where? I don't know exactly.
So
I
yeah,
went to Florida.
we're gonna
and
go
turned
over it
left.
in underneath it. I'm
How did
sorry.
you? It's a trap.
Over it. I'm sorry. I literally can't speak
The
today.
reason no satyr has ever returned from this quest. He's a shepherd, Percy, and he has it. Its nature magic
There's the
is so
tracks
powerful,
there.
it smells just like the great god Pan. The satyrs come here thinking they found Pan, and they get trapped and eaten by Polyphemus. Paula who? The Cyclops, Grover said, exasperated. I almost got away. I made it all the way to St. Augustine. But he followed you, I said, remembering my first dream, and trapped you in a bridal boutique.
And this
That's
is the
right.
blue line.
Grover said. My first empathy link must
There's
have
only
worked
blue
then.
and red line
Look,
trains on
this
there.
bridal dress is the
Line,
only
but
thing
this is the
keeping
blue
me
line.
alive. He thinks I smell good, but I told him it was just goat-scented perfume. Thank goodness he can't
Please
see
note
very
there are
well.
no crossings
His
here.
eye is still half blind from the last time somebody
The
poked it
signals
out.
does look familiar from
Realize what I
RTE.
am. He's only giving me 2 weeks to finish the bridal train, and he's getting impatient. Wait a minute. This Cyclops thinks you're... Yes, Grover wailed. He thinks I'm a lady Cyclops, and he wants to marry me. Under different circumstances, I might have busted out laughing, but Grover's voice was deadly serious. He was shaking with fear. I'll come rescue you, I promised. Where are you? The Sea of Monsters. Glinted strangely.
Alright
Her
guys,
eyes
we're
seemed shinier
getting
than
closer to
regular
downtown.
pearls. Tyson was having trouble getting our horses under control. I had to talk to them.
In 2 miles, keep right onto I-70 east towards Illinois.
We're almost to this downtown
He's a
St.
monster.
Louis. We should be able to see the Gateway Arch.
He's a son of
And then
Poseidon.
we should
I
be
told them.
making a left,
Just like-
taking a slide right turn and
just
then
like
turn
me.
left, and then we'll be in Illinois. Because on the left-hand side, that's the bridge, which that goes over the Mississippi River.
Trusted.
There's the Gateway
I'll
Arch right
give
there.
you sugar cubes at the end of the race, I said.
I don't know if you can see
Sugar
it, but
cubes? Very
might,
big
though.
sugar cubes. And apples. Did I mention the apples? Finally, they agreed to let me harness them.
There it is.
Now, if you've never seen a Greek chariot,
Yeah,
it's
there's
built
the
for
Gateway
speed,
Arch.
not safety or comfort. It's basically a wooden basket, open at the back, mounted on an axle between two wheels. The driver stands up the whole time, and you can feel every bump in the road. The carriage is made of such light wood that if you wipe out
And
like
as
the
usual,
hairpin turns at either
all these
end of the
roads
track,
here are
you'll
awful.
probably tip over and crush both the chariot and yourself. It's an even better rush than skateboarding. I took the reins.
Use the right 2 lanes to keep right onto I-70 East towards Illinois.
So,
And
yeah, we're
maneuvered
about
the
to
chariot
jump
to the
onto
starting
the
line.
Illinois state
I
line
gave
in just a
Tyson a
minute.
10-foot pole and told him that his job was to push the other chariots away if they got too close, and to deflect anything they might try to throw at us.
Keep right.
So here we go.
Hitting ponies with the stick, he insisted.
There's downtown.
In 2.9 miles,
Whoa,
take exit
dude.
3 to merge onto I-64 East towards
illegal.
Louisville.
Oh, I agreed. Or people either.
There's the Gateway Arch.
We're going
It's
to run a
beautiful.
clean race. Just keep the distractions away and let me concentrate on driving. We will win.
So, yep, here we go.
You
Now
are
we're
so
going over the Mississippi
I
River
thought to
here.
myself,
And
but I had to try.
the Illinois state
I'm
line.
going to show the others. Well, I wasn't sure what exactly. That Tyson wasn't such a bad guy. That I wasn't ashamed of being
Now we're going over the
public.
Mississippi River now.
Maybe that they hadn't hurt me with all their jokes and name-calling. As the chariots lined up, more shiny-eyed pigeons gathered in the woods.
Yep, now we're in
They were
Illinois.
screeching so loudly, the campers in the stands
Welcome
were
to
starting to
Illinois.
take notice, glancing north.
In 2 miles, take exit 3 to merge onto I-64 East towards Louisville.
Cleared the trees and shivered under the weight of the birds. Tantalus didn't look
This
concerned.
is a little bit express
He
here.
had to speak up to be heard over the noise. Charioteers!
That was it.
He shouted. Attack your mark! He waved his hand and the starting signal dropped. The chariots roared to life. Hooves thundered against the dirt. The crowd cheered. Almost
This is a long ridge
there
here.
was a loud, nasty crack. I looked back in time to see the
Now
Apollo
we
chariot
should be
flip over.
following the
Hermes
BNSF track
chariot
right
ran
there.
into it.
With that crossing
Maybe
right
Oh
by
yeah, that's
mistake.
right. We
Maybe
followed
not.
the train track for
The
a while.
riders were
Yeah.
thrown free, but their panic
that's the
horses
BNSF
dragged the
crossing.
golden chariot diagonally across the track. The
The
Hermes team, Travis
Like
and
that
Connor
first.
Stone, were laughing at their
So
good luck.
anyways, that'll be it. We're here at the Illinois Welcome Center on the west side. And we're gonna try to get something from the vending machine here. Oh, I gotta go on the other side though because they have better selections here. Never tried the Jetty Blue vending machine. How much it is? A2? $1.50. Okay, that's not bad. So yeah, we'll just feed some money in here. And I do have a dollar coin here, no matter what. So, insert money. Sometimes, oops. Of course, every time. So yeah, sometimes it doesn't work. And it did accept it. And as you may know, it is Dixie Narco DN5800-4, which is my favorite. There, A2. There it goes. And there you have it. Alright, that will be it. Yeah, we're here at the Durian and Sweets, so yeah, in Mount Vernon, Illinois. So, yep. This is the end of day 2, as you can see. But we will pick up the pace, and starting by tomorrow morning. So, yep, as you can see, yep, there's a simplex true alert, which is pretty interesting. Hello. So, yep, this is where we're staying at the Journey Inn and Suites in Mount Vernon, Illinois, in case you're wondering. So, yep, that will be it for day number 2. Hello, everybody. This is the elevator at the Journey Inn and Suites in Mount Vernon, Illinois. We got a notice. Here we go.
Seventh floor.
Here's your certificate.
Going down.
Let's go back down. This is a really nice elevator. Look at the mirror. Hi.
First floor.
Here we are at 1.
Going up.
All right, we'll take one more trip. All right, here we go.
Seventh floor.
Here we are at 7, and we'll go back down to 3.
Going
That's where
down.
going to be our room is. Oh, if you're wondering, that's the Gem 2 cabinet.
Going down.
You can hear the other motor. At least the fan is not on. I like that.
Third floor.
Here we are at 3.
Going up.
It's not a bad elevator. Those are really smooth. There it goes. And that will be it.